Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another segment of Read With Me. I am your host, Kelly Michelle. This is a channel that focuses on reading together separately. So I choose a book. We will read that book for that month. We will read it based upon breaking it down to finish that book, just one book per month. And I post 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my reflections, thoughts, and ideas from the assigned chapters. And our goal is to finish 12 books together by the end of the year. And so today, I am so excited to introduce to you our book for May. And the book for May is Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. And so this is, well, let me just say this. This is a great book. I read this a while ago. At the time that this is like an older copy, only 1 million copies have been sold. And I say only because this book has been around for a long time. And I know that that number is no longer accurate, that there have been a lot more copies sold of this book. To me, this book is like a timeless book. And so I read this book many years ago because it was originally published in 2012. So you can see that it's been a while ago that this book was published. But I thought that this would be a great read for us to read together. You know, one of the criterias that I choose books is that it's an easy read, and I would say that this is an easy read. And I'm just going to read the rest of the cover, which is how the courage to be vulnerable transforms the way we live, love, parent, and lead. So this is going to be talking about vulnerability. And one thing I really love when I pick books that I have read before, and in this particular book, it was definitely years ago. I think probably at least 8 to 10 years ago that I read this book, is that there's gems in this book that either I needed to be refreshed on or something new that I will learn from reading this book. So I am very excited to read Daring Greatly by Brene Brown for the month of May. And you can pick up this book wherever books are sold. It's available in audio, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Kindle, whatever your preference is, you'll be able to get this book. And I always like to go over how many chapters there are, and then also the page count. So we'll start with the page count. The total pages is 263, and the chapters, there are 7 chapters. However, there's some additional sections of the book too. So like there's a final thoughts chapter, practicing gratitude chapter, index, appendix, notes, and references, etc. So mostly to keep with how I have been dividing the books before, I really don't give my thoughts or have any reflections for like chapters like practicing gratitude or final thoughts. But we'll see how I divide this book up. Because again, I focus on posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So with there being 7 chapters, there will be some chapters that I will break up in 2 different posting because they're a little bit longer. So that's how we're gonna do that. So this is it. This is our May book, Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. I am excited to dive into this book, just to, first of all, read it with you, my YouTube family, but then also, like I said, I believe that there'll be things that I take away and confirmations from things from before by reading again. So pick up this book today so that you'll be ready for May. Before I end, I always want to encourage you to take some time to read today to sharpen your mind. Also, if you're enjoying this channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want, invite a friend. I want to encourage you to invite a friend. So if this is a book that you think a friend or a family member or whomever would really enjoy, why don't you invite them to join our YouTube family reading together separately so that we can read this book together and learn from it. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, happy reading.